Hey, what's up, everybody? So I just pushed out the I just pushed out day 30 of this 90-day challenge, and wow, um, there were some days I didn't know if I was going to reach this point or not, and yet I still have a long haul ahead of me. But um, but that's all right. Uh, it's been it's been pretty cool. I wouldn't say it's all been fun, but it's mostly been fun. Definitely, all of it has been a learning experience. Um, there are some days where um, I finish something in 15, 20 minutes. It's just, it's just pushing through me. And there are some days where I struggle with it, I tinker with it, I go back and forth on it here and there. In fact, day 29, I just didn't think I was going to have a good song that day. And there's been a couple days where um, if I had to do it all over again, I would have done it differently. But yesterday, or day 29, I really didn't think that I was going to have a good song. And I put it down and I went out and I grabbed something to eat. And while I was standing in line waiting for my food, I just had a thought like, wait a minute, what if you speed that track up? And so I got back to my equipment. Sure enough, sped it up, and it was instantly just tons better, and I was able to add to it in the way that I needed to. So there's been some trying days, but there's been some amazing days. All of it has taught me stuff. Uh, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because um, I've been creating music nonstop pretty much my entire life. And with the exception of a small period of time in the mid to late 90s, and then a very, very smaller, brief period in the early 2000s, I haven't put any of it out. I just haven't felt like sharing it. It wasn't a confidence thing, really, um, because I wanted people to hear it and wanted people to see it, but I knew that the stuff that I created was different, and it wasn't something that um, was going to be popular. My dad said something to me one time: you can either make music for yourself or you can make music for other people. And I think in some cases, in some people, that's not true. I think some people make music for other people that's also for them. Um, for me, I have very different tastes, and the way that I manipulate stuff in my brain and push it out is very different. So two things came about. Um, First thing, I had a conversation with a good friend of mine. Well, this happened later, so this is really the second thing, but I'll talk about it first. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, and he told me, he said, "What's the difference between you creating something and not putting it out there, and you creating something and putting it out there and nobody cares about it, nobody listens to it? There's nothing's changed. Um, the only thing is, if somebody does like it and somebody does enjoy it, then it's there for them to check out." And that was true. And then I've changed the way my most of my music. Sometimes it just starts off with something that sounds cool and I like it, and so I just make it and assign a name to it, and that's that. Some stuff has had a purpose or a meaning or whatever, but I've been really drawing into a couple of different factors in my life for the past couple of years. Um, Christianity has been the biggest influence in that, and and Freemasonry has been another one. Um, so I had a message, but what's the point in keeping that message to myself? Like, put it out there. If nobody listens to it, that's completely fine by me. If somebody listens to it and gets something from it, or even if it makes them think, that's fine. Um, I guess in a way I'm not trying to convert anybody, and in a way I am trying to convert anybody. I mean, that's just the mystery, the paradox. So I guess more to the point, I'm trying to purvey my idea of a message. Um, put my stamp on it. And the way that I can do that is with my music. Some people might not call it music. It's not for everybody. I don't even know if it's for anybody else but me. But I certainly, this is the kind of stuff that gets me going. There's other stuff that gets me going, but I can't manipulate the data in that way. I can't push it out in that way. So what do we have, 5 minutes? That's not bad. So at any rate, I just wanted to take a second on day 30. We're a third of the way done. Day 45 is coming up in 15 days, and that'll be the halfway mark. And then 15 days after that's day 60, and we're 2/3 of the way done. But thank you for everybody that likes the videos, goes to the Bandcamp page, and checks that out, and comments on it. Could definitely use some more comments and input. I am really curious to hear what people have to think about it. Not necessarily that will change my perception of what I'm doing or influence me in any way. I don't know, maybe it will. Who knows? That's pretty arrogant and egotistical of me to say that it won't. But I definitely invite that. I definitely encourage it. Right now, videos are only getting, I think, Hokmah, which means wisdom, by the way, and that comes from the book of Proverbs. Hokmah is the most watched video of all the 30, and that one has about 15 watches. I did a whole series around the 4 or 5 days of the Crucifixion and Resurrection. I did my imagining of what it must felt like when Jesus went to Gethsemane, and then of course the crucifixion, which was a brutal track. It's hard to listen to. That's why I called it excruciating. But I wanted it to be like that. I wanted it to be hard to listen to. I wanted it to be very heavy and noisy, and try to describe in a way what that must have felt like. And then even the day between crucifixion and resurrection, what it must have felt like for the apostles. You know, did they think that they failed? Did they think that everything they believed in was wrong? Did they question? Did they look back on what they've devoted their life to? So it's pretty heavy, topic, and I wanted to explore that. And then the resurrection, which I thought I like the way that came out. So today's track, probably influenced by my love of a very small, I think it's a small genre known as noise beat. Subconscious communications camp does stuff like that. And I love doing that stuff. And I thought about it. I'm like, I haven't done anything like that yet. Why have I not done anything like that other than maybe Protection? I'm kind of halfway pleased with how Protection came out. I'm not fully pleased with it, but you get a day, and I got to work. I got to take care of my kids. I have to. I don't have to. I want to take care of my kids. I want to hang out with my wife, do that stuff. So I have to carve out a very small amount of time to do those things. And so you get a small part of the day, and at the end of that time, that's a challenge. Tomorrow's another day. But at any rate, what was I saying? What I was saying was thank you guys so much for everything, and listening. And if you like this stuff, if you think that somebody else might like it too, message or not, it doesn't matter. Music is what matters. Then pass it on. And if you like the message, then that's icing on top of the cake. That's great. So I got 60 more songs to write in as many days, and we'll just hope that it keeps happening the way it's happening, and I keep learning stuff about myself and music and all of that. Shout out to Joe Peacock, who initially inspired the idea and who's been giving me most of the art until this week. He's been in Japan, but at any rate, my phone is dimming. Why is that? All right, reaching 10 minutes. I'll catch you later.